Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Jasper, and he is in the Bourgogne, at tier 10 French battleship, and I'm terribly sorry for mispronouncing. So he's on the map north, it's a ranked battle. Everyone here is tier 10, there are 3 battleships, 3 cruisers, and only 1 destroyer per side. Now around here we have a friendly Radar Minotaur, and the Somers has kindly enough provided some smoke for that. The Somers has also lost some hit points already, possibly run into a Petro Radar. Thankfully the Petro is currently disengaging, so that's good news. Now it looks like the enemy team has the Shimmer cars at the A side, which should make it easier to contest the C cap, I guess. Now we haven't seen the enemy Minotaur yet, so the Somers needs to... I mean, Somers might need to be careful. If it's a Radar Minotaur, right, it could technically be somewhere around the C cap. Meanwhile, the enemy Schlieffen here is retreating, which is good news, because Schlieffens are very dangerous up close, but not so problematic at range. Now, Bourgogne is not the tankiest battleship, and it's not really a pushing battleship, so he's trying to be reasonably far away from the camp to support, but not close enough to get utterly wrecked by potentially a pushing Schlieffen, although this enemy Schlieffen doesn't seem interested in that anyway. Now there is a Yamato coming through here, and the friendly Montana is going in here, possibly to try to create a crossfire Yamato, I don't know. Now Bourgogne has some reasonable explosives, so he's currently trying to just set ships on fire. Especially this Yamato that's angled is probably gonna, well, hopefully gonna burn. Now the Montana is still relatively healthy. I hope that Montana angles well when he can, but you know that Montana is a problem, because he's pushing into crossfire, right? Montana angles against the Yamato, he's gonna get wrecked by the Kurfirs. Not to mention that we don't really know where the Shima is right now. So yeah, the Montana, it looks like it's getting torpedoed. So that push might not have been well thought out. Meanwhile, quite a few torps coming this way. Those are the Schlieffen torps. We still haven't seen the enemy Minotaur, come to think of it. It's also interesting that the Somers never really tried to come this way and spot, I feel like. Somers might want to intercept the Yamato here. Now, of course, this is a narrow channel, so if the Somers gets the right angle. But why is it turning here already? Like, if it wanted to torp, it would need to go, you know, further towards the left. So I'm not entirely sure what that Somers' plan is. Or if it has a plan. So, interestingly enough, the Somers has never actually tried to take the sea cap. Now, early on there was a Petro around here. And we still don't know where the Minotaur is, so maybe there could be a Radar Minotaur hidden somewhere that was a problem. But I don't think it ever actually tried. Which is surprising. Now, okay, the Yamato got dealt with, that's nice. The friendly Montana died, which is unsurprising, considering crossfire sailed into. And now we have a Schlieffen that's broadside to a Kurfürst. I mean, the Schlieffen push will work a lot better if you had Nevsky to back up against the Shimmer. Meanwhile, there is a Petro coming. Now, honestly, I think Jasper should just push this Petro, right? Now, this Petro can't be allowed on this flank, but just go straight at it and push it. You really don't want to get further away from the objective, right? Like, he's already conservatively positioned in his Bourgogne, which is fine in a Bourgogne, but considering that he's the last remaining battleship, and considering that there aren't... I mean, it's, you know, it's a ranked battle, so there aren't that many ships around, so you can't be focused on that hunt in the first place. Right, now, okay. He's trying to deal with the Petro. Now, you don't necessarily want to turn currently when you're detected in front of a Petro's armor piercing. Also, I'm not sure if I would try armor piercing. Petro is unfortunately very well armored. So I guess trying to burn it here might not be the worst choice. He also has his reload booster, so if he needs to switch to... Yes, exactly. So he's... Exactly. He's now using his reload booster, switching to armor piercing because the Petro was starting to angle, although starting to show broadside. A little bit more. So definitely nice use of the reload booster to switch to armor piercing, and very nice salvo there. Okay, now I would turn around here, yeah, then would totally face this Petro.
Boost des moteurs activé.
He needs to deal with this Petro and then go back towards the sea cap. The enemy Minotaur actually used to be at sea all this time, it looks like, and it finally got the summers, which is a bit of a shame. I feel like that Summers could have done a better job at scouting this area and actually trying to get the sea cap at some point, but you know. Now the enemy Minotaur there is detected. He could get a quick salvo in while he tries to deal with the Petro. It's a Minotaur. If the shells hit, they're probably gonna be nice. Okay, so... and he is turning towards the Petro. There we go. Unfortunately, that's gonna hurt. But it's okay, he's almost angled again. And that's 2 citadels into the Minotaur. Unfortunately, the Minotaur is still alive, though. So, you know, Petro has, unfortunately, a very well-armored nose with an invisible armor plate to prevent citadels if you can get it past the icebreaker in the first place, so he aimed there pretty high, and he's, you know, he's actually judged his reload pretty good, because now that he needs the guns ready again, they are actually ready again, so good job there. And that's your classic sail by, very well handled. There goes Petro. Meanwhile, he has finished off the Minotaur. And I mean, he has a speed boost, at least he is fast, right? Because now he gets... well, now he needs to go back towards the capture points. That's why I said earlier I would have pushed the Petro directly, right? I mean, he handled the Petro well, but if he engaged it faster, he might have been already done and could have come back and helped with his push there. So it looks like it's 2 versus 2. Relatively even still. The Mino is trying to get the cap there, although if it's... but it's a radar Mino. If it's being spotted by the Shimakaze and just farmed by a Schlief, like if you are in a Schlief in secondary range as a Minotaur, you're dead. You're probably just dead. So, no hits there. It's going back to high explosive because, you know, Schlieffen might be angled. The Minotaur, meanwhile, is getting off some torps, but... oh yeah, he's detected again. He's radaring. He's found the Shimakaze. Of course, Minotaur guns are not the greatest to deal with small nimble targets if they try to dodge, right? Unless they sit for broadside. And it looks like he doesn't have much luck with the Shimmer there. Now, of course, you know, your armor piercing is somewhat a bit underwhelming against an angling destroyer. Pretty amazing against a broadside destroyer. But yeah, it looks like that Minotaur was not really able to get much out of this radar, unfortunately. Can happen. Now this leaves Jesper alone against 2, and that's a Shimakaze and a Schlieffen. He has 1 less cap than the enemy, and he has less points. So you conclude that he is pretty much screwed.
Affirmative.
See the problem, like he can cap C here, right? But the Schlieffen is probably push him in here, right? If this Schlieffen is... well, I mean, it's right, there's only one, like there's no way the Schlieffen is not coming towards him, right? It's a Schlieffen. He has good secondaries, he has torpedoes, and he can win just by ramming. If the Schlieffen sails this way, the Schlieffen basically wins this guaranteed. So, but that's a problem, right? Jasper is forced to go into the sea cap, and... oh, damn it. And he's gonna take... oh no, wait, is he gonna take 2? That was very unfortunate. Okay, so, where are you, Schlieffen? That's... Oh. Wait, why? Why would you go through here for a broadside? Okay. So, that was helpful. So all the Schlieffen had to do was sail here in, you know, nose in, and it was an unlosable fight, more or less. But the Schlieffen decided, nope. Let's give that Bourgogne a chance. The problem is, so the Schlieffen threw the game. No, well, he didn't quite through the game, because there's still a Shimakaze. Now, see, the thing is, the enemy has more points, right? So the Shimakaze has... Well, I mean, it takes a long time to reach Pido. So the Shimakaze can try to play it for points, but the Shimakaze can also just torp him, right? And once he leaves, he actually... We don't know where the Shima is right now, but it's potentially somewhere in the area, right? The Shimakaze was spotting him before he found the Schlieffen. He's desperately looking around to see if Pidos are coming from somewhere. There are the torps. So what the Shima can do is, right, the second he leaves towards A, the Shima can back in behind and grab C again. And it might just be a points race. Like, if he can hold 2 camps, I mean, at least he's reasonably fast, right? If he races towards A, it depends how long it takes the Shima to flip C. Not an easy choice. No, he's detected, obviously. He also needs to dodge torps, so if he just races straight... Oh, there is the Shima. Okay, so it looks like the Shima is coming in behind him to grab C. That's possibly not the worst choice the Shima could be doing. But the Shima has to decide between trying to play for caps or kills, I guess. So he's slowing down. He's hoping that the Shima makes a mistake and gets too close to the island, so he can see it and sink it. Because the Shima might expect him to speed towards A, so... Not the bad choice here. But will the Shima, like, fall for it? If the Shima goes, like, further in the back and sneaks in behind, then oh. Oh wait, what's the Shima doing over there? Oh, it's trying to smoke. Well, how's that gonna work out for you, Shima? Well, that was an interesting end, wasn't it? So yeah, it turns out that Jasper absolutely carried this battle in the end and got himself a very nice victory with 2,941 base experience. Well done there, well done. So I think he could have been a bit more aggressive there in the mid game, and he should have pushed the Petro sooner so that he'd be faster back to support his team. But in the end, it all worked out. He certainly carried this in the end, and it led to an amusing ending. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.